Hello everyone, and welcome to another Thomas Wooden Railway review. Today we'll be discussing the Deluxe Roundhouse, released in 2004 and discontinued in 2016. This is the longest lasting item I've covered yet, as well as one very nostalgic to me. The Deluxe Roundhouse is one of 3 roundhouses released for the Wooden Railway, the other 2 being the original Roundhouse from 1996 to 2010, and Tidmouth Sheds from 2010 till 2016. As the name suggests though, this is the Deluxe Roundhouse, so what about it is deluxe? Well, for one, it's bigger than the original Roundhouse. I believe the length is about the same, but the Deluxe Roundhouse is taller, featuring another level to the roof. You get these cool skylight windows up here, and this other level just makes the sheds look bigger and more impressive. There's also this little box on the side of the shed with a vent, or speaker, and a button. Now, why does the shed have these features? Simple, for the gimmick. The Deluxe Roundhouse is taller than the original because on the inside, the tracks slope up so the engines are at an angle. This raises the roof and gives kids more room to play inside the sheds. Speaking of play, at the end of each of the tracks, there's a little tool bin with a plastic tool attached to a string. There's a scrub brush, an oil can, a wrench, a hammer, and a paintbrush. You can drive engines up the ramp and pretend to fix them up. Or you can just do this. The ramps have a stopper in the grooves so that if you push the engine all the way to the end, it won't fall down. When repairs are complete and it's time to go, place an engine right behind the door. Press down on the button above the door and watch it fly open and release the engine down the line. Well, if the turntable's set their way. When the button is pressed down, a stopper is released, and the engine passes over it and a sensor, playing various sound effects. You can also play sound effects by pressing the button on the side. The only issue with this is that it doesn't always work. The doors can get stuck, the engines can force them open if you let them go down the ramp, or they can just derail. For some reason, the door mechanism can be really finicky. Watch as I demonstrate. Did you notice anything? Yeah, every single door behaved differently. This isn't like a recent issue though, I've had this since I was a kid, and it's always been like this. I believe the cause of this are the doors breaking off at the hinges over time from all the breaking off and snapping back on, or it could just be general use. The doors will snap off if you're too rough with them, but they can be snapped back into place with just a bit of effort. The last feature of this item is the turntable, which could be bought separately, but its inclusion is basically a requirement. The turntable is made of plastic, minus the part that turns, which is partly wooden. There's also 2 plastic railings that slot into the rotating table, but I lost one of them. Turning the knob can turn the turntable 360 degrees around, allowing you to set it in the direction of either of the 5 shed berths, or 4 other directions. That's all the features. I haven't even brought up the details. It's definitely deluxe. The outside of the shed has plastic molded stone doorways that look great. The sides are stone and brick walls. Details include ivy, vents, lights, a faucet, barrels, and a big sign reading Tidmouth Engine Shed Number 5. The best details are these 3D molded windows, which are red and blue to match the rest of the shed. And then I haven't even talked about the detail on the inside. Yeah, this roundhouse has interior detail, unlike the original roundhouse which has just blank wooden walls. There's so much here, and we'll be here all day if I point out everything. So just pause the video and take a look for yourself. Alright, here's the deal. I think the Deluxe Roundhouse is a great piece, but it's got some flaws. The doors, the main function, can break, and make the shed not work as intended, but you still got tons you can do with it. The shed is very big, very detailed, and very fun. But it's also kinda heavy, which I could see being a problem for kids. If you don't use it a lot, this thing collects a ton of dust. However, this works great in Wooden Railway series or on a layout. Interestingly, In 2013, when Mattel updated this item, the windows became 2D, some of the tools changed, and the sign was changed to say Crobin's Gate instead of Tidmouth Sheds. This was done because Tidmouth Sheds was on shelves and could confuse people, but it could also be a reference to the roundhouse scene at Crobin's Gate. So if you get this and already have a roundhouse, it can be used as another set of sheds on another part of your layout. However, if you've already got a roundhouse you like, you don't need this. As much as I love this thing and as nostalgic as it makes me, I can't really recommend it unless you really want it as your first or second roundhouse. Remember, this is a deluxe item, so it comes with a deluxe price tag, especially on the aftermarket. I've seen some good deals here and there, but not all of them have every door or the turntable included. That's all I have to say about the deluxe roundhouse. This one was a big one that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now, and I'm interested to see what you all have to say as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.